You are live.
Hey,
it says.
okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Hope you all haven't had a great weekend
That's
and
right.
starting a new week now.
Yep. Don't forget your umbrellas. Not because it's gonna rain, because it's insanely hot. It's umbrellas. Seriously, they're looking at me like I'm crazy. So we went to Disney World. It was awesome. Miserably hot, but the smart ones had their umbrellas.
Which kept them cool.
Keeps the sun off your face.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
Really
So you go to China. When I lived there for 2 years, probably most places in Asia, and people are walking around with umbrellas on sunshiny days because they're like, I don't want to get sunburned.
Yeah, and they're very conscious about that.
Yeah, I was like, genius. And it is brutal. It is so hot. I love it. When there's palm trees and a beach, we've talked about it before. I'm okay with it. So.
That's right.
All right.
And I'm kind of an indoor person, so it doesn't even bother me.
Just look out the windows, crank the AC.
It's working. That's right.
All right. We will not talk about weather today. What are we going to talk about? Where do we start?
Looks like you've got a pile of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, that's right. So this is something we had our first rope bowl class. When was that? 2 weeks ago. We'd like to continue doing that. But what I wanted to point out is people have been kind of walking into the shop and they see these little mini rolls. What are they actually called? Well, I guess it's a mini roll. But this little roll will make this bowl. And
Just the one?
no, it's actually like how many? It's like 3, I think. Don't quote me on that.
Maria's on.
Hey, Maria, you can let us know, and I'll jump on in a second and say hi to everybody. But I think even Maria had the conversation. They were like, no, this isn't enough rope to make. It 100% is. A lot of times you'll go into shops and you'll see the huge spools. Well, this just makes life easier, and you save some money. So we've got these in stock. We do, I don't know what the feedback from Maria, I haven't talked to her about the class or the students that were in the class, but we'd love to continue doing rope bowl education because there's a ton of stuff you can do with this. It's really, really cool. You ever made one?
No.
You gonna?
No.
She also said she's not an embroiderer, but guess who signed up for our embroidery class? Ew. We're breaking her down. And then this is actually a kit, which I should have probably looked at this before we jumped on. But this, I guess, is literally a kit to make that bowl. So
really?
this kit will just make only this.
That is all the rope and the bowl in that kit.
So it's everything you need in this kit to make this bowl, but just this bowl. If you wanted to make more, this is plenty of rope.
So this is a gateway box.
A gateway box.
So
That's right.
This way you get to try it out and see if you like it, and then you don't have any leftovers in case you never want to make one again. And if you want to make one, then you come back.
Then you come back and get this.
That's our word of the day.
Gateway.
The gateway. Yeah, we won't talk about the conversation we were having, but that's actually a really good way to test to see if you like it, though. It's not people. I think the biggest concern from what I've heard is, will my sewing machine go through the rope? Is it going to damage my machine? I think they used the little baby locks, the mechanical baby locks that we had for the class. And you're not probably going to go at super high full blast speed. But this rope is meant to be sewn on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 3/16, so it's not super, super thick. Can you see that?
Yeah,
Pick it up. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, your machine most likely will do it. If not, for the class, we have the machines that you can use. I say for the class. Hopefully, we're going to have another class.
Yeah, and I will say I have made these in the past, and it was amazing to me because I looked at it and thought, well, how is my sewing machine going to do that? That's just really a lot. But it worked perfectly. There was no problem with it at all.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's just fun. And then I love the one that you wrap the fabric, and it's cool to see all the fun stuff you can do. So I just brought that to show you guys. We have this stuff in stock, so come and play. This is a class tomorrow, and we've got spots available. So this is a quilt as you go table runner, and it is reversible. I chose the fabric, obviously, for this one. Mary's a new educator for us, not new to the store. She's awesome, and you will absolutely love her. But Tony, am I saying it right? Basically, you're literally quilting as you're assembling. Exactly. I mean, you're learning how to quilt as you go. And it's really cool. And of course, think outside the box here. You could make it seasonal, Christmas, Halloween, fall, or just pick some fabric that you love and decorate your house. So this is cool. We do have spots left, and that is going on tomorrow at 10:30.
It's all day.
All day. It's an all-day class. Cool.
And the nice thing about it is that, quilt as you go is a thing. I mean, you can make great big huge quilts as you go, or you can make just small table runners. So if you're wondering about how to do that, how to make a quilt as you go, this is a great little starting place.
Yep. I love a class where you can complete. I'm assuming they're going to be able to complete this. I don't see why not in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not the binding, but yeah, the top.
Maybe not the binding. Okay. Well, you never know. We got some serious star students. They could knock this out.
Yeah.
I bet. With good education from Mary, no problem. So anyway, that's tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. Good morning. Maria did say, okay, she just repeated what I said. So the spool or this kit will do the 1. These will do 2 or 3. Good morning, Cindy. Good morning, Tris. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning. And I will get to come as training on my new machine. Sorry, I'm reading your comments live here, Tris. Tris is going to come see us. That's the takeaway from that. And so, yes, I will be happy to sit down with you and play with your new flare. Woo. Good morning, Val. Okay.
Flare, that's the extension of the soprano, right? The new soprano? Is that the same?
No.
No. Okay.
Way off. So the flare is, well, by far the #1 seller because it's embroidery only.
Oh, okay.
So the flare, it comes with a 6x10 hoop and a 5x7. So you get the main 2 hoops that are used. 99% of the designs are a 5x7 or a 6x10. But my whole pitch with the flare or any embroidery only machine is most people have a good sewing machine. Mm-hmm. Why spend double the money to get a combination machine when you can only do 2 things at once? Mm-hmm. So I always tell people, hang on to your sewing machine as long as it works for you and get an embroidery only. You literally spend half the price. Mm-hmm. And the flare is awesome, super easy to navigate.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to have your embroidery machine working while you're doing something else, because if setting up the embroidery machine is rather complex, at least to me. And
I'm shaking my head.
That's just a totally me thing.
Yeah.
Don't impress that on yourself.
You're not alone, by the way. People assume, well, because of what it's producing, it looks like it's going to be super complicated. Mm-hmm. But the navigation, I'm speaking about baby lock machines. The navigation is so easy. Mm-hmm. And I say this literally in my sales pitch. Like, if you can talk on your phone and make a phone call, you can select a design. They've made it so easy. Uh-huh. And so then you push a button and do mm-hmm. nothing.
Yeah.
So
and the one you push your button and do nothing, then you can go sew.
That's right.
And you don't have to worry about taking it all apart. You can just leave it there all put together, and whenever you want to embroider, it's ready.
That's exactly right. The only time that argument doesn't work is if a lot of people move to Florida, they downsize. If you don't have space for 2 machines, I get it. Find the right combination mm-hmm. machine.
Yeah.
And trade in your sewing machine so you don't, so you save some money. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so Tris,
I would say downsizing is overrated.
Is overrated. That's right. Sometimes it's hard not to when you move to Palm Coast or at least Florida, probably.
Yes.
But Tris, I look forward to seeing you down here. Okay. Let me step to the side. Is the camera picking that up all right? Mm-hmm. Wow. This is the top. We're going to have it quilted for a kit that we have in stock. Tony made this gorgeous piece for us. It's so pretty. I absolutely love it. We're going to get this quilted and take it to the quilt show. But we have these nice kits with, I guess I should have asked you, Tony, everything, I assume, except for the binding and backing?
Binding's always in there, backing's not.
Binding is included, backing is not. Nice kit right there for you. We love quilt kits if we like the quilt. And I love this quilt.
It really is pretty.
It's really pretty. It's just these colors, and I say it a lot to these kind of neutral tones. It's very elegant. Mm-hmm. It's real soft, but it's just pretty
and peaceful. This is a peaceful scene to begin with, and the rest of it reflects that.
It is very peaceful. Nice. That's right. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
We have mistletoe and the dozer and
Yeah, that's right. Someone pointed this out the other day. I didn't even realize that. There's a mistletoe. So you've got your.
Oh, sweet.
I think you even told me, wasn't it called?
Fond
Fond
of you.
fond of you.
Mhm.
Fond of you.
Fond of you. Isn't that cute?
So now if you live here in Palm Coast and you have deer running behind your house all the time, that's perfect.
That's right. Don't shoot them.
No.
Looking at you people.
People in Palm Coast don't shoot.
No, I'm
They're
assuming I would
wild
hope that you
animals.
can't here in Palm Coast.
Yes.
Since it's an entire HOA, basically the entire city. I'm sure can't park your car in the street, but you could shoot anything you want. No, I love Palm Coast. So the last thing I'll talk about before we show the fabric and then get to Joann is, let's take this out. You guys have probably seen this all over social media. Have you, by any chance?
I have made quilts with this. This is so fun.
Cool. Use the ruler.
Mhm.
Awesome. So this is the Floral Felicity that it's kind of going crazy right now, especially on Facebook. And we got some in, but we're going to try to do it a little bit different. Basically, we have 6 spots. That's it. 6 spots. So it's super limited. And it will be a hands-on, we'll give you some education. And then, well, I won't get into all that, but there's only 6 spots. And we will help you do this. This is the ruler that I have not actually, I don't know much about this. Tony has one and Joann just said that she's used it before.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's nice to have somebody show you how to use it, but it's very simple and it takes curves and it just makes curves so easy. So even some of the really complex curve quilts, like maybe a wedding ring quilt, or Wheels of Wonder sort of quilt, anything that has those curves to it. This ruler takes that design and makes it very easy to do, very doable for somebody who might be a little nervous about doing curves.
Well, and I'm not going to lie. I mean, this is a super cute quilt, but I mean, it doesn't look easy. There's lots of curves, and yeah, I can see people going, yeah, great. No, not for me, but it sounds like it's actually much easier with this ruler than it looks.
Absolutely.
And it's a big old kit. I don't want to dump it out everywhere, but that's just the starter. So we've got it all coming.
It's every quarter. So
Every quarter?
that's the first 3 months.
First 3 months is here. That's right. So I'm excited for this. But again, if you're interested, if you have questions, feel free to call. Tony and I were just talking about how exactly the class is going to go. But we do know 100% that there's only 6 spots. So call sooner than later so we can get that filled up.
Yeah,
and we can have some fun.
It's fun.
All right. And I see somebody said, good morning, Rose. The rulers are so easy to use. Pick quality, very fuzzy.
Yeah, your internet's not as strong as it normally is.
I was just talking nice stuff about Palm Coast, and here the internet is going wonky on us.
Yeah, it's like choppy.
Choppy. My apologies about the fuzzy internet. It doesn't look bad on. Maybe we're good now. I don't know. Sorry about that. But so who is it who just said? Leanne, hey, this is the first time I've caught y'all live. Fantastic.
Oh, well.
She's in
Welcome.
Texas.
I was like, Leanne, where are you at saying y'all?
Yeah, she's in Texas.
That's my Kentucky folks.
That's right.
Y'all.
Do you
I
know
love
the
it.
plural of y'all?
You all, y'all? No, that's y'all, right?
All you all.
All y'all,
y'all.
all y'all. You can't say all you all though. It's all y'all.
Yes, that's true.
That's good. All y'all. All right. Well, let's see here. We got some new fabric in. We got more than this in, but this is what I wanted to showcase today because it is so pretty.
Beautiful shades of blue.
It is, right? It's so rich. I absolutely love this line. And let's see. Asian Garden 2 Wisteria.
Oh, it's just
Yeah, so I won't name all of them, but Asian Garden 2. Oh, it's so pretty.
This is black and blue. It's kind of cool.
The black just gives it that little extra contrast and makes it so rich. Like this one's obviously like one of the kind of the blenders that you would use, but this one, around the butterflies, just a little bit of black and the shadow just makes those butterflies pop. It's cool. And this is probably my favorite one. Isn't that pretty?
Yep. Really is.
Whew.
Oh, look, chrysanthemums and fans.
That is so pretty.
There's fans. I have it upside down.
I love Asian fabric, Asian inspired fabric. And there's some really cool ones. A lot of times the collections are massive and they have a little bit too much metallic for I love it, but for a lot of people. So I try to get in as many different, and I don't think we've had like an all blue, we'll call it all blue line in for a while.
There's no metallic on it.
There's no metallic in this one. No, I know. That's what I was saying. I'm happy to see that I think most people will like this. Sometimes the Asian prints have a lot of metallic.
Yeah.
And that's not for everybody.
Yeah, that's
I don't get it, but it's not for everybody. So,
Very pretty.
all right. Is our picture back? Are we okay? Thumbs up. We're just going to keep rocking anyway. Okay, I'm done talking.
Oh, okay. So it's my turn.
Yeah. Before you jump into this.
Oh, this is color quilt, and this is going to be a class in January. For the month of January, it will be color confidence for quilters, and it will just be just a group effort in figuring out how color works, and really not only how color works generally speaking, but how it works for you individually. What attracts you? What do you like? Things like that. And so it uses this particular quilt is all batiks, or mostly batiks. There's a couple other things thrown in there, and this was all taken from my fabric at home. And so it was very fun to make, and I love these lines that kind of go through it. You can see the pink and yellow pretty easily. But
yeah, from a distance, these really show up, and then you can see the cross, how you've planned it out. If you guys remember, and I don't know how many quilt talks ago it was, but we saw the beginning stages of this where she was showing, I think it was actually, you were talking about color theory.
That's right, I was.
And so you were actually kind of showing I think you just had a couple of the blocks here to share. So it's so cool to see it put together.
Yeah.
And you even asked me, you're like, let me know if you think this is cool. I think you sent me a picture of it, and I was like, oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was one of those quilts that I wasn't. It's a little bit outside of my own
comfort zone
box, and so I was constantly kind of looking for affirmation. But the whole time I'm making it, I was looking at it thinking, I'm really learning something here. What is it, and how do I teach it?
Right.
So I figured all of that out, and I think it's going to be a really fun class. And for those of you, especially who walk into a quilt store and just say, I don't know what to do, or you've got all this fabric at home and you don't know how to put it together, it's a great class to kind of to figure those things out, so you can put your own fabric to good use, or you can come to the store and feel confident about the sort of things you're buying.
Absolutely. I love that. And January, so you got plenty of time to, don't throw your scraps out. Hang on to them, because I think you used scraps. Did you not? Or for the most part?
I used all of my own fabric.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's scraps, but yeah.
There was a lot of
use what you have, though. Yeah.
So,
cool.
Anyway,
I love that.
Yeah, it's a great quilt.
And Cindy loves it too. So does Shar. Good morning, Shar.
Oh, good. Thank you. It's always nice to get some positive reinforcement.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the floor is yours.
So anyway, in my Friday class, one of the women has a husband who served in Vietnam, and he has now been given the privilege of being on an honor flight to Washington, D.C. And we decided as a class to make him a quilt to commemorate that opportunity that he's getting.
That's great.
So I found this block, and this block is a form of disappearing 9-patch. So it's pretty easy to put together. But I'll show you why I'm showing it today. So you start out doing a 9-patch, just a standard 9-patch. Once you've done the 9-patch,
can I hold this for you, or
sure,
how can I help?
You cut it in half like this, and once you've done that, then you start laying out. Oh my goodness, I'm missing a part to this. But once you've done that, you're going to lay a square of your background fabric right here on these two corners. Okay, square here and square here. And so that's called the typical flip and stitch way of doing snowballing the corner of a block or whatever. So, but what happens is once you've done that, and you can kind of see the star coming together there as you sew those pieces onto the corners. But what happens is when you peel this away, what you've got is this great big huge triangle with two fabrics on it that can easily be a half square triangle. So you can treat this in one of two ways, and this is called a bonus triangle. You can take your ruler and you can put the 1/4 inch line right on the sewing line and cut it. Then you have these two pieces. It says here in fine print.
Yeah.
So you have these two pieces that when you put them together, you have a half square triangle. And once you use all those half square triangles, so with the class making this quilt, we ended up taking those little bonus triangles and making pinwheels out of them. And the pinwheels will be part of the quilt as well. And so once you can either just cut it away, just like I did, or you can sew about a 1/2 inch away from that sewing line, and then it's already sewn. You don't have to worry about it falling apart or anything. So you end up with this great little quilt with extra pieces to put to somehow work into your quilt or using a different quilt. Now, this is one that I made using the bonus triangles, and I had made another red and white quilt and had all these little bonus triangles from it. And so I put them together and made this little table topper. And so that's just one way of using those half square triangles. And I've also used them in borders, just using half square triangles all the way around. You can do all kinds of things with these little things. And they're very fun, and they're already made when you make your quilt.
Look at that. A question from you in the corner.
What's the size of the squares with the 9 patch? What did you start with in this one?
The size of the 9 patch, those were started out as 5-inch squares. However, whatever size you want to use, you can. If you have a stack of 3.5-inch squares already cut, you could use those and do the exact same thing, and you will end up with the exact same thing, only smaller.
So what about the secondary squares you sew onto it?
The secondary squares is easy to figure out. So what you have here is you have your square. This is the square. This particular square, I think, measures 7 inches. So I'm using a 3.5-inch square here. So if your square measured 6 inches, you'd use a 3-inch square. Whatever half of the size of your quilt is, that's the size of your square.
So just so I can wrap my head around, this is the square, right? You're putting it here?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So here, if you look at this, it's a little hard to see because it's white, but you can see where I've placed this background square right there. And so I draw a line, but there's lots of different ways of sewing from corner to corner, however you like to do that. But you sew directly corner to corner, not a 1/4 inch away. And that gives you your little triangle on the side.
I'm a visual person, so that's what I was trying to picture.
That's a good question.
Cool. By the way, hi, Cindy from Portland, Texas.
Oh my goodness!
Do you say y'all too, as well?
You say all y'all.
That's awesome. Good morning, Rosalind. Cool. That's so nice you guys are doing that.
I'm kind of excited about it. I think it's going to turn out really well.
That's cool. I love your group.
Well, thank you.
You guys have been going for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so cool. You got a tight bond for sure, but you're also very welcoming. Yeah. Right. And so a lot of times I know people will go to a class for the first time and it's a group of people who've been there for a long time. Mm-hmm. And I don't hear about it here, but I hear it about other places and they're like, felt clicky. And so you guys are the opposite of that. And it's really nice.
Yeah. We work hard at being very welcoming to other people. Occasionally I do. Sometimes people coming in will feel like, oh, everybody knows so much more than I do. And I feel like I'm really overwhelmed. But, I work with that as well, because I think that everybody works at their own pace and everybody has their own automatic negative thoughts, and we try and get rid of those.
Try to leave them at the door, right?
Leave 'em at the door.
Or kick them out if they're
Because everybody has something to add, no matter how much they know.
Absolutely. And it's so cool to watch because some of the quilters, were at a different level, and it's so neat to see everybody doing the same project. And it's a good environment, good work environment. So keep it going.
We like it.
Yeah, we love having you guys. You go ice cream together afterwards.
That's right.
Speaking of which, shout out if you've not done Sweet Melissa's, you have to.
It's a great.
It's
place.
awesome. Best ice cream in Palm Coast.
Absolutely. It's I have this thing that I do is if I really like something and I know that's bad for me, like donuts or something like that, I decide to only get those things at one place that's really good. So I don't settle for second-rate donuts. I don't settle for second-rate ice cream. I get the best.
Why should you?
Why should you?
Don't settle.
That's right. So Sweet Melissa's is my place to go get ice cream.
That's awesome. Char says she misses you. Actually, she said, I miss you all. Thank you, Char. But she did say Joann. So
thank you, Char.
Cindy, you do say it. All right, cool. Good for you. Y'all.
Yeah.
She confirmed. All right, cool. So no questions. By the way, I don't think I ever say this just because I don't think about it. But if you guys are watching live, it would mean the world if you share this, hit the heart. Believe it or not, Facebook, the algorithm, it really helps other people see that. And so we would love to see this grow. I mean, we're going to keep doing it, even if it's just the three of us here talking to ourselves. But truthfully,
we would like more.
Absolutely. And input, if there's certain tips and tricks that you would love Joann to talk about or discuss, please, you can put it in the comments. You can call us. We would love to hear some feedback.
Yeah,
good or bad.
That's right.
I take constructive criticism very well.
It's pretty amazing. When I lived in San Diego, I had a program a Facebook program that I did with a couple of friends of mine, and it's amazing to me that every week I get, and we haven't done it in well over 2 years now, and every week I get so and so is following Carport Quilt Chat, and it's like. There's nothing new on there. Why are you following
It's
it?
unbelievable.
But
yeah.
it's just,
it's just there.
It's just there.
Yeah.
And it's great to see people enjoying what we do. And
Yep. Facebook has become overrun with quilters and sewers. It's great. I mean, you guys have literally taken over that platform.
yeah.
There's so many cool groups and things. So just trying to get the word out. Well, honestly, the more people I think that watch this and interact, the more ideas we will have, and then the better it can get. And we do have this also, it's going live on YouTube. I don't know if many people or anyone watches it on YouTube. I don't push YouTube a lot, do you? Well, but if you are one of those that do not like Facebook for whatever reason, a lot of times I hear political stuff. They just don't like the negativity of the ads or whatever. You can block those things, right? But if you don't want to mess with Facebook, I'm not going to try to talk you into it. You can go to YouTube.
Right. You can't watch it live, but it is a great place to go.
On
watch
YouTube,
it.
you can.
It's live on
So
YouTube.
we're actually
Oh,
streaming
awesome.
this to YouTube live. So
You guys are awesome.
hey,
You just got to turn on your notifications.
Okay.
yep, turn on the notifications, and as long as the camera's not fuzzy.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I know. I have a lot of friends who don't like Facebook.
I know. I totally get it. But you guys are on Facebook, so and I love it for this. I share my family pictures and stuff usually on Instagram, but and we actually have an Instagram and a TikTok page. Hey, we're cool, we're hip. But anyway, so
technology in this place is totally amazing.
yeah, that says the fuzzy camera, right? But no, all right, cool. Quilt show's coming up next month. By the way, we are not closing the store. I don't think we're closing it all. Yeah, I don't think we are. Last year we had to. This year we're not. But we have 5 booths. Whoop whoop. So if you don't know about Quilt Fest in Jacksonville at the Prime Osborne Center, that sounds right. September 14th to the 16th. It's gonna be fun. It's a great show. We did it last year, and we had a blast. So just mark your calendars.
Yeah, and I've noticed I've been twice now because I've lived here 2 years, and each year it seems to get better.
Yeah.
It seems to have really recovered from the COVID fear and moved on, and it just every year it's a little bit better.
That's right. And it's just going to keep getting there as long as you guys come out and support it, and vendors keep going, and we'll have fun. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. And as usual, call us if you have questions. Sign up for classes, cutupandsew.com. I think we've talked about everything. If you want some more tips and tricks, harass Joann on Fridays.
Or just come join the class on Friday.
There you go.
Yep. And live to create.
That's right. Live to
You like
create.
that?
That's
Ew.
right.
That's our sign off. All right. Awesome. You guys have an amazing week, an amazing day. We will be here if you need anything.
Okay.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.